Better hurry, spark it up with no worries. Harmonious gang with the big bro Yuriy. Hyphy, get lit just like me. Big bossed up, chop it up with Riley. You better come with it to kick rocks, cause you now tuned in to 10 Talks. Now let's get lifted and take a shot. You are now tuned in to 10 Talks.
Yo.
Hello, everybody.
What's up, guys? Thank you guys for joining us on another episode of 10 Talks.
Yep.
Episode
Happy
146.
Easter.
Oh yeah, also happy Easter. Riley and I got to do a little Easter celebration yesterday. That was really fun.
Yeah, I'm glad we got to do that.
Usually, we come to 10 Talks to talk about random topics that we think are interesting amongst ourselves or things that are happening in our personal lives, which a lot of stuff has been happening this whole past
week.
Much. Yeah, exactly. It's just been like one thing after another, back to back to back. But yeah, thank you guys for joining. We appreciate you guys so much, man. I feel like the first thing we got to start off with, just because I feel like I've talked about it so many times, you know what I mean? Like, and we're talking about the Moist Critical situation, the Moist Critical, that clip of us that went viral, I guess, people tweeted about it and all that stuff. And I've already given my take so many times. And like I said already, like now that I didn't even watch Atozzi's video, but now that Atozzi's video came out, it's like, I'm getting a whole nother wave of attack of like, shitty boyfriend, how could you do this? Go get therapy, blah, blah, all that stuff, right? And I don't really care. Like I said, guys, from the very beginning, I'm probably getting repetitive to my audience that watches me on other platforms and, other streams and shit like that. But I don't know anyone an apology other than Riley. I don't care what anyone says other than Riley. So all these attacks, all that stuff, it's justified because yes, I was tripping, I was being a bad boyfriend, I was, acting weird and stuff like that. But Riley and I literally got over that argument that same night, you know what I mean? And we didn't even expect we never would have expected this thing to go this viral, you know what I mean? But obviously. But there's been like moments where it's like, I'll get off stream and Riley would be like, this is not fair. You know what I mean? Like that they just get to see this one side of you. And
No, yeah, 100%. I was like, when this all happened, because that clip of us going viral, first of all, we have had so many crazier fights and stuff. Everybody knows that. It's nonstop getting posted around here.
Yeah.
So when that whole thing went down on stream, the people on the stream can tell you that it was like obviously a very stupid fight. But the way we got over it so fast, and I was like literally back in the room chilling and stuff, it was really nothing. And after it went viral and stuff, obviously like I was like shook about it.
They can't hear that.
I was obviously shook because I'm just literally like Riley, like,
yeah, like I'm like
I don't know.
I'm like the live streamer here who like kind of like is putting myself out in front of others like that in a way, but like you don't put yourself out in that way that I do, you know what I mean? So it kind of feels like you and also your two old friends kind of just got dragged into this thing that I caused, which I feel super fucking bad about, because it's like I messed up, but then it's just like now this old embarrassing thing that you're literally legitimately embarrassed by because it's so like old, you know what I mean? It's like some old cringy video now like so many people have seen and all that stuff. But
yeah, but what I was trying to say was like, even though it went viral and stuff, at the end of the day, I know our relationship and I know how fast we got over it. And I honestly felt more bad for you because everybody's just like seeing this short clip and just judging you and talking shit about you. And I know the real Yuriy. So it was kind of hard to see. What has really been like this thing that went viral and should probably be like life changing and like make me so stressed and like what the hell is happening, literally was nothing. Like I kind of forgot about it the next day. I don't have Twitter, so I didn't really like see the virality of the Twitter thing, and I just kind of like didn't read into all the comments and stuff like that, so I was a little unbothered. But then my ex-employer wants to go out of his way to like try to expose some information and then have people on top of that lie about it and himself lie about how this information was leaked is so much more stressful than this viral moment of me and my boyfriend getting in a fight on camera. I've already been told that we've had a toxic relationship. I've been called all these names. We've done this streaming shit. The fact that this is happening to me when I've never done anything wrong to No Jumper, to Adam, to Sharp, to Almighty, to Josh, like, it's fucked up, and they're disgusting, slimy snakes, and I'm ready to tell the truth and fucking show everybody how disgusting these people are. We should have already seen it from the house phone situation.
Exactly.
Adam went out of his way to interview this woman he knew the information about, and he wanted to play it off like, oh, which No Jumper host fucked the tranny?
Just because
he's weird.
Because he got his girl piped down by his best friend.
That was before that, but he's
times.
just like a sick, twisted person that like, oh, this is gonna be cool for my channel. He's just disgusting. So like, let's talk about it.
And it's like, what's crazy here, guys, is, we're going to, make a phone call and get in touch with someone in a little bit. But what's crazy is like, we haven't said a single lie. This whole thing started with Josh once again spewing lies, saying that I was fired when I left, right? That's not true. Adam said some highly inappropriate, like some sexually derogatory shit towards Riley. He said it himself and admitted it himself that he said this. That's beyond level of disrespect as a friend. That's a crazy level to do as a former employer, to do it to a former, girl employee. That's like, he broke so many boundaries with that message that I was like, it's over with you. And that's why I left. And Josh wants to keep spewing lies saying I was fired. Adam wants to make a clip about it. All I did was respond with the truth, and I provided evidence. Like I said, I still have text messages that provide all this evidence as well. But of the 2 times I left, when I left my full-time job under my own, things where I requested to leave my full-time job at that point, and then when I left the second time after Adam left that weirdo comment.
Right.
Adam really, really, really is not proud of that weirdo comment. I can tell because we see the things unfolding right now where
right.
all they have to grasp onto, Sharp included, the fucking sex trafficker, the guy who got an award for sex trafficking. Good job, by the way. It's like him, Adam, whoever else. All they have is lies.
Lies.
And for anyone that's like,
that's their defense, is fucking lies.
For
the first defense, he had his co-host go on their No Jumper News, trying to say that I fucked Adam, I sucked Adam's dick. Fuck no, that never happened. They made a clip about it, and it's clipped on their No Jumper clips to their millions of subscribers.
Crazy, right?
That's
your
really fucking weird.
Your former employer can do such a thing to a former female employee.
Yeah,
it's crazy. As Riley and I were like talking about everything that's been going on and everything that that fucking shitty company and that shitty person is doing right now, especially, it's like, to me, I don't care, bro. It's like, he knows he can't affect me, so that's why he started. We're gonna get into this in a second, but he knows he can't affect me, so this is why he's trying to like affect Riley. He's trying to affect someone who's so basically disconnected from the whole thing, just to get under my skin, because it's like, I feel like we're going to get too deep here, but it's like he's just insecure about his relationship. We'll get into that later, you know what I mean? But like I said from the beginning, this all started with just that one thing, right? About me saying I wasn't fired, right? And then it snowballed into, also the whole thing about Almighty and Sharp, they were being disrespectful to Riley. They were calling extremely,
when I was always kind to them.
Before I said anything, they were being disrespectful to Riley. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to do what I've been doing. Say the truth. You guys are shitty hosts. You guys are terrible people. And especially with Almighty, you can't fucking carry a show to save your life, bro. So shut the... These guys are ass people, ass podcasters, ass people,
ass human beings.
Sharp is literally a fucking he's a renowned sex trafficker, and he's like, this is one of his like proudest moments of his life, you know what I mean, as being a rrenounced sex trafficker. Good job. And like I said, I hope your mother's proud, bro.
He likes to humiliate women. That's literally all he does.
Exactly. It's like
all he gets views for, because nobody else cares what else he says.
That's his whole thing, is like, oh, let me bring in a woman to fucking just completely tear her apart, destroy her, and then we're gonna make some bread off this. It's like that's his whole thing. But
so that should just tell you about the people that.
But we should get into the main thing over this shit eating girl This shit-eating
Okay.
girl that got brought into this discussion here, right?
And I just want to disclose that I don't want any issues with this girl. Like, I don't even want to talk about this. And, like, the fact that I have to is super annoying enough. But yeah, let's just get into it because have nothing to lose and all I have is the truth. Like, I have nothing to lose.
Exactly.
So,
and we're not spitting any lies here.
and
Like
I'm so glad Adam did this because this is the only thing he has on me, and now I could just let this go.
Exactly. This was the only thing him and Josh had over our heads, was the fact that
Yuri talked to a girl.
I shared text messages with a girl 4.5 years ago. Imagine texting someone, right? Never even meeting them, texting them 4.5 years ago. 4.5 years later, you're in a Reddit saying, I've talked to this person before. Everyone surrounding, everyone who's a friend of this, of Adam, anyone who's surrounding is just so down bad sad, bro. It's like the most immoral, disgusting people. They get shit in their fucking mouths. And it's not anyone you want to fucking
I don't
deal
even
with.
want to comment on her. I just want to. This is all towards Sharp and Adam. This is nothing with her. I don't care.
But
let's go from the beginning though.
So yeah, we're gonna break down this whole story, and the reason why this story, Riley's gonna break down this whole chronological order. This is a non-story. This is me texting someone 4.5 years ago.
Never met.
Non-story. This is bullshit. The reason why we're bringing this up is this literally exposes what the fuck Adam is purposely doing right now to target Riley for some reason. And honestly, after all the shit that Riley and I've been going through, and I've been we've been thinking about all this shit and like writing down our notes and stuff, I'm thinking like, dude, all the other allegations and stuff I've heard against Adam with the other women, I'm like, this is about me.
It's terrifying.
This is about me clearing my name over being fired. Imagine what the other girls potentially went through.
It's literally so
how
scary.
much like he has money, he has power, he has influence. Imagine what the other people who ever had anything negative about to say about him, either truth or a lie, imagine what they've had to fucking, especially the truths. Like, it really makes me reevaluate the other things I've heard of him before, because I'm like, this is the extent he's willing to go to protect his name.
Right.
He's willing to lie constantly, tell people to lie.
Just straight lies, which is like, he has no defense. Like, he has nothing else to say except for making up lies and like hoping his audience is like dumb enough to believe his fucking lies, which I hope that after I share this whole story, you guys can see that he's a fucking liar.
Exactly.
And there's no reason to ever trust this fool. So, yeah. Anyways, I guess we could just like start by how I even got hired at No Jumper, because that's another thing like people are trying to paint, like, you got hired with no like experience, blah, blah, blah. You're ungrateful. I've always expressed gratitude for that. Please. I was hired because it was during COVID, and I was working at a salon, but the salon's closed down. So
Because of COVID.
So I had no job. It was like during the summer, and the person who was packaging the boxes at No Jumper, or packaging the merch and stuff at No Jumper, was
he got a better job that offered him more money, so he left. And he left with no 2-week notice, no nothing. He just said, deuces, I'm getting paid more now.
Right.
And he left, and they were left hung out to dry, basically, without an employee to pack their merch.
So Josh kindly told Yuri, I don't know if Riley's interested, but if she wants some hours because she's just at home, we'll have her do this.
Exactly.
And I was like, hell yeah, I'm down. Like, what the fuck? I have nothing else to do. Let's do it. And I worked there for like a summer.
Never did Riley ask for that job. Never did we like go like, oh, could Riley work here? No.
Josh said
this dude left the company because you got paid more at another place, and then just like the same situation with me entering No Jumper. Adam didn't offer me a job until Chris Long left. Once Chris Long was like, yo, this is a fucked up situation, I'm out of here. Then Adam, guess what, calls me, goes, hey, down to do full time now. It's like they like to portray like they're helping people, and in a way they are, but they're doing it.
But then they use it
just
against
so they can
you.
get cheap.
Yeah.
They can do it so they can use it against you while you're working there. So they can hold it over your head, and also they do it for cheap labor.
Right.
It's those two things. They like to have something to hold over your head while you're there, and then they also want to like get the cheapest amount of thing possible because they're like, oh, we hired you with no experience. We're gonna pay you fucking pennies.
Yeah.
But that's how Riley
so
started.
that's how I started there. So anyways, I think it was like summertime where everything was slowly opening back up, and Josh was like, I don't know if you like are going back into the hair industry, but if you want a full-time position here, like I want to offer you one. Like you could help me with all the things I need. Like I'm going to need a bunch of help, because he was taking over as like full-time. Like I think that's kind of when he was transitioning, taking over, really, right? Like because you guys had just moved into that new office.
Yeah, it was when we just moved into the new place. Yeah.
And so I was like, yeah, I was fucking busting my ass working in the salon like 11-hour days, and then now I could have this like chill ass job and like do like production and stuff. And I've always been interested in that stuff. Of course I'm gonna take it.
Once again, didn't ask.
Never asked. He offered, and of course I accepted.
Which is, you could say thank you, but that's not anything.
And I did. I was like, thank you so much.
And that's not anything you could hold over someone's head in the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like that's what they're trying to do as well on top of it.
Exactly. So worked there. I started full time, and then a couple months later was when the Patreon was added, and I felt uncomfortable like working in that like in the porn environment, and like people like are gonna just say like, oh, like No Jumper was like always raunchy and all that stuff, but they just like started doing like these like nude interviews. Like girls were like sticking their hands up inside them, sticking bottles inside them.
And also, just to like go off that, like where No Jumper, when we were back in, and when the office was in Hollywood in Santa Monica, or like on Santa Monica, there was really no like company structure, right? And that's also around the same time this other employee, like she wanted to leave because Adam was like, hey, I want this to be a official company with contracts and all this paperwork behind it, because he wants to be like an official company, right? Nowhere in that contract does it say this is a porn shoot. There's not gonna be no nudity, no nothing. It's literally a podcast, you know what I mean? Like, so, and also literally 99%,
it's a YouTube podcast.
Yeah, 99% of the stuff we worked on had no nudity, none of that stuff. So once they started the Patreon, that was a drastic shift where like, oh, instead of Adam doing some weirdo shit out of the office, he's bringing it to the office now, and now we have to deal with it as the employees. It's like, okay, with no raise, by the way. Yeah.
And so like Josh saw that was a little strange, and he was like, of course, like I don't want anybody to be uncomfortable, so whoever doesn't want to be a part, like around when this is happening, like doesn't have to. I think he made like a whole thing for the studio, if I'm not wrong. And so me and Yuri didn't go when they were filming the Patreon. And then a couple weeks later, after they started, Adam texts Yuri when Yuri and I were at home, and he's like, "Good thing you're not here, because a girl you used to talk to was our guest on the Patreon,
and she talked about you guys."
And she talked about you. And I was just like, my heart's like beating. I'm just like, oh my God, like, because Yuri and I have obviously been together for over a year at this point, almost, I think 2 years at this point, and we've obviously been streaming, and I know how the chat is, and if any type of like sexual girl was like tied to Yuri, I know how the chat was gonna react.
Exactly.
And so sorry.
No, it's okay.
I hate that I have to do this.
And this is like the other thing that I kept like telling Riley is like, dude, this has literally nothing to do with the shit eating fucking girl. This has to do 100% with Riley. Right now, she's gonna get into it, confiding into Josh taking this information, giving it to Adam, and then using it against us right now, just to like literally hurt Riley and like make her
cause
cry.
Emotional distress,
bro.
Yeah, definitely emotional distress by fucking social media,
by spreading like sexual fucking like rumors that we fucked people that we didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
That's being spread by this one company
that has millions of subscribers.
Yeah, towards their former employees. It's crazy. It's crazy the shit that we're dealing with right now, and it's like people. They like, I don't know who the fuck still supports that fucking weirdo ass PEDO channel, bro. But it's like at this point, all their credibility is ruined. Out the window with how they've treated, especially Adam, how he's treated his friends, his employees, and right now how he's treating Riley and me, because he knows that I've been spitting nothing but the truth. He can't get to me, so he's like, I'm gonna use this one piece of information I know from 3 years ago to try to hurt Riley, just to like affect him somehow. What a fucking piece of shit.
And he has a daughter, which is the saddest part. Like, imagine his daughter was going through something like this. He doesn't care because he only cares about himself, which is like sick. I can't believe he has a child.
But like,
anyways, let me get back to the story. Yeah. So, He texts Yuriy that. The next day we go in. I'm like, okay, whatever. We talk about it. Yuriy explains it was nothing. I understood. I just didn't want this information out. So I was like, I'm going to just talk to Josh and ask if he could cut that part from the Patreon.
Because we know, like we said, like Riley said, the chat, you know, they like to, you know, not all the chat, but there's certain people, they'll hear like a girl being brought up and they'll always bring up that girl just to try to like trigger, instigate. So this is just a thing it was a nonsense thing that we're just like,
I just wanted to be prevented.
It didn't have to be said. So we're like, that part is irrelevant. Yeah, it was just a shout out to 10 Talks. So like, just cut out the shout out to 10 Talks and we don't care. You know what I mean? That's it.
So, so the next day I go in. And everybody in the office is talking, and Adam's saying that he's gonna sign that girl. She's gonna start doing a bunch of content. I'm like literally overhearing this, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm about to talk to Josh, and now it's like she's being signed. She's gonna be around all the time, and I was just like in my head, this is so weird. Like, yeah. Why this random girl?
We had just asked him to cut it, and then
I hadn't even asked him to cut it yet. I just heard this whole thing, and so. After like I heard that and I was like, can I talk to you, Josh? Me and Josh talked into like the room where they used to do the interviews, and I told him, I was like, I told him exactly what I said. Like, I don't want the chat to get a hold of this. Like, is there any way you could cut it out? Mm-hmm. And I even said if she's gonna be around, like, I'd rather quit and have Yuriy keep the job because like I think that's gonna be a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Josh was like reassuring me, he's like, I got you, we'll do that, like I don't want you to be in stress, like you don't deserve that. He had my back 100%, never made me feel weird about it, never made me feel uncomfortable. He totally understood, and after that nobody ever said anything. These past 3 years almost. And so then this is where I move forward to Friday when I see Yuri's story and he posts something about Sharp, and I was like, Sharp's girls. And so I was like, oh, Sharp's talking shit about me on No Jumper. Oh. So I respond to Yuriy. I was like, oh, is he talking shit about me? And Yuri's like, I haven't even watched it.
Because I don't watch any of their bullshit content. I just look at the title. I'm like, okay, you want to do this?
And so, so I went back to their news bullshit, and I listened to what they said about me. They were spreading lies that I fucked Adam and all that stuff. And I literally called Yuriy, like, I was at work and I called Yuriy, like, babe, like, they're saying all this bullshit. Like, and Josh was, like, shutting it down, thankfully, kind of. But he was still letting them talk. Mm-hmm. He didn't just say shut up about it. He was still letting them spew those lies. So that's still fucking shady to me. And Yuriy was like, it's fine, blah, blah, blah. And so I was like, all right, whatever. I know they're going to talk shit because they're in this feud with Yuriy. So I go back and I was just like, I hadn't checked the Reddit because of the virality. Like, mm-hmm. I haven't been wanting to read anything, but something in my gut told me, like, check the Reddit to see what they're talking about the Sharp situation. And the first thing I see is a picture edited with the girl and Yuriy. And my stomach drops and I'm just like, this fucking snake did his stupid fucking little Instagram story mm-hmm. exposing this information, and now everybody knows, and this is exactly what he wants. And I scroll further and I realize that's not what happened. Mm-hmm. I see this screenshot from what seems to be like this Instagram story post, which I don't even think was ever posted. I think it was just like a saved photo.
It's probably one of Adam's Reddit employees.
Oh, it's 100% that, because let me get into it. The name was cut off, so I don't know who the person posted it was. And it says, let's not forget the time that Lush spilled the tea about Yuriy and this girl texting. I just want to make that clear too. Texting, mm-hmm. and Riley cried and confided into Lush. And I was just like, first I was fuming and I was like, Lush? Like, did Adam tell Lush about the situation and Lush is telling all this like Discord people?
Yeah.
And I was like, hold on, Riley, breathe. Mm-hmm. Everybody in our chat is on their shit. Exactly. Nobody has ever brought that girl up in our chat. None of that information.
And that post said Lush exposed it months ago, right? Mm-hmm. So if Lush exposed this months ago, like we said, like our chat gives us, you know, like if there's like a girl in the background that gives me a wink or whatever,
I get all the shit.
It's gonna be like, oh, girl, you know, Yuriy and Rizzy, Yuriy rizzing this girl, whatever. It's like Riley will not be able to go on shit without hearing it, right? We have never, and our chat can attest to this, and anyone can attest to this. We have never, ever, ever, ever heard anything about the shit eating bitch. You know what I mean? Like, until that Reddit post, and it's like they're blaming it on Lush from months ago. Number one, that's not true because we would have heard of it. Number two, you already like kind of like start guessing like, wait, did Lush even have anything to do with this? Because we didn't even hear anything. Well, yeah.
About so my first thought was, oh, Adam told Lush about this situation, and then Lush went and told somebody. But then I was like, no, because nobody's ever said anything about it. Adam hates Lush, uses Lush constantly.
Exactly.
And he knows that people probably won't believe him because of the situation that happened with AD. And Adam probably just thinks I'm so stupid and I would never like think about this.
He thinks
and
his audience is retarded.
I just kept reading it, and the way that he said cried and confided into Lush.
You can ignore it. They can't hear it.
I know.
You just ignore it.
Sorry. The way he said cried and confided into Lush, I was just like, that's what I did to Josh. And Josh had to tell Adam the information because he was the boss.
Exactly.
So Adam knew that.
Exactly.
And apparently, I don't know if this is true because I don't follow Adam, but that girl and him had dinner the night before this information was exposed. Mm-hmm. And also on that post, she commented it. And I don't think she's ever commented it because I feel like people would blow that up if she did.
She's never said shit that's, even like on the Reddit, no nothing. It's like out of nowhere, all this happens at the exact same time. And then Riley was like fuming, obviously, and she was telling me like, I'm gonna call Lush, and I was like, nah, don't call him, blah blah. But I guess she was so pissed, she's like, I'm finna call him. And then she called him, and she was just like, yo, what's going on? Like, when'd you post this?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I called him, and then I hung up because I was like, you're tripping. Mm-hmm. And then after I just kept thinking about it, and I like figured out, oh, Adam set this whole thing up. Mm-hmm. Lush had called me like literally at the end of my shift. I was like clocking out, and Lush had just called or was calling me, and so I answered it. I was like, hey Lush, this is happening. Just want you to know that Adam is like making you look like the villain here, mm-hmm. and like saying that you're spreading all this information. He was just as shook as me, and yeah, he can attest to that.
And also, I was gonna say, let's actually give Lush a call right now. Let's see if he picks up. But I talked to him earlier, and he basically backed up everything we're saying right now, which is, yo.
Moni is good with this motherfucker. You don't know 5 more kicks than Cobra.
What up, Lush, bro? I appreciate you for calling in because, like I said, man, like if I don't want.
Before we get started, is it kind of like random and ironic that the name Riley rhymes with the other girl's name? Personally, that's the rapper in you.
It's the rapper in you.
But it's like, Lush, like I said, like I talked to Lush a little bit earlier, and it's like I would not have like hit up Lush if I was like, oh, we just want to get some negative, comments about Adam, whatever. No, like this is literally like Adam trying to say that Lush did something, you know what I mean? Or
yeah.
No, or Adam or Josh. It has to be one of them two saying that you did something. And I'm like, did you really do it? And just speak your piece. Like, did you post this Reddit post?
I mean, I definitely didn't post any Reddit posts. My thing is this, like, when did all this happen? Like, as far as when did you go to confide in Josh and like that? You said that was like early.
Yes, I believe this was like
early in the Burbank days.
Yes, exactly.
The first spot.
Yes.
Okay. Was I working there yet?
You were. I don't know. I don't even think you were there before the Patreon. I think you got there like a couple months after, and that's when you guys were doing like once a month filmings.
Basically, this is when we were just meeting Lush and just getting to know him. There's no way Riley would confide in Lush at that moment when we're either didn't know you at all or just meeting you.
There's a lot for me to unpack, and I haven't. If y'all, some of y'all might have noticed, I haven't been. I've barely been on social media. I haven't done any potting in the past couple weeks. Like, I'm literally laying super low right now and like building up to something. And I have a lot of shit to say to a lot of people. You feel me? But regardless of that, I will say the only reason I even chose to come on this is just because my name was brought into it in this regard. Like, and I don't know if Sharp is confusing me with somebody else. I don't know if it's, I totally understand people have this perception of me as someone that would be like loose at the mouth and would share information or whatever, but like it don't even make sense because I wasn't even there yet and I wasn't even privy to any of this shit. Like that was like before my tenure. Like this is when God Tier podcast, me and Disaster's Battle Rap podcast was the retarded redheaded stepchild of No Jumper that nobody gave a fuck about. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and like you said, I was there once a month. I maybe, met Riley would be there when I working in doing the engineering when I would be there, but that would be our only interactions, and we never really had like any deep combos at that point. And like I wound up becoming cool with y'all over time, you feel me? Like, but even like then, like that was like by the time that I was like had a rapport with y'all and had been to y'all crib and like met frijoles and all that shit and petted the motherfucker and fucking had diarrhea on you after eating the fucking one chip challenge. By the time that had gone on, this whole situation with the old girl was way water under the bridge. And
Exactly.
never even anything that was mentioned.
And also,
I wasn't
even
aware of it.
even at that point when you came over to do the hot chip, did you even know about the situation, about the text message?
This is like I maybe heard like one or two references to like your name with hers, but I wasn't even sure if it was a joke because it's like, you know what I mean, like I know that, like obviously like I'm sure that you've gotten your fair share of girls or whatever, but like I didn't know that you was like had porn bitches on you like that or whatever. So I kind of took like any brief mention of that as a joke, but I don't even know if I for sure heard it type shit. You feel me? Like
Exactly,
like
bro.
Nothing, I wasn't even aware that, like I even asked when Riley called or whatever and I hit her back, I was like, yo, like what's this, like I wasn't aware of this story arc between it wasn't until like just now that I really got to the bottom of it. Like when I was watching y'all pod since y'all started going live on the stream, like I didn't even know what the deal was. So like Sharp is like I said, he's probably confusing me for somebody else, or I don't know.
No, they're just lying on your name.
Definitely.
Lush, Sharp is referencing a Reddit post that was posted in the No Jumper Reddit, and we all know how heavily filtered that is by Adam and Josh, and it was literally posted saying, remember when Lush did this months ago? And there was, like I said in the podcast, there's a couple things where if it was months ago, our chat would have already been grilling us about it. And also number two is Riley months ago with Lush, I'm like, that doesn't make sense at all. I'm like, it was Josh. I was like, I remember being Josh, because Lush is not the manager there. You don't have control over what gets edited. It's Josh who has control over what gets edited.
Yeah.
That's why she spoke to him about it.
Right.
And this is like, I'm not coming on here to badmouth anybody. I'm not coming on here to beef with fucking...
And I don't expect you to either. I just want you to clear your name over that Reddit post. You know what I mean?
But that's... But we already know how the Reddit do. The Reddit's going to say some shit and motherfuckers going to run with the narrative. But that is 100% false, you feel me? Like, and I don't know where anybody would have got that from. That sounds like a joke. Like, there is also a whole thing on the Reddit of, like... There was like a fake text message thread of me begging Almighty Suspect, not like, please, I don't want to fight.
Oh my God!
But the way that they did the screenshot, it was like from me, like it was like me that leaked my own conversation or whatever. So it's like, of course, people are gonna make up false narratives and shit like that.
Exactly, but the reason why this specifically, has to tie to Adam is because Riley only confided in Josh. This is a private thing 3 years ago. The only two people that could have ever known about this is Adam and Josh. You know what I mean? So the idea of this getting spread to the Reddit is a non-story because we would have heard about it by now. You know what I mean? It wouldn't have been this big of a secret.
I mean, is it possible that it's just like a Reddit fan running with the narrative, talking shit? Like,
just coincidentally, right at the same time, Adam's mad at me.
For that, you know what I mean?
Like, yeah.
I'm not saying that Adam and them did or didn't do that. I'm just saying there is a potential that it was just like somebody completely just taking a stab in the dark and saying some wild shit.
I don't think so, but okay, thank you, Lush.
Like Riley cried to Lush and Lush told. But regardless, that never happened.
Exactly.
Yeah, never happened.
Never happened. My name's Paul. That's between y'all. My name ain't Bennett. I ain't been in it. You feel me? Like, so I don't know what the fuck where that came from, and I think it's Riley, of all people, I would never fucking have never or will never say anything bad about her or you and Riley and Yuri. I heard you had got at me low key greasy on fake unity. I'm just gonna eat that. It is what it is. I'm not tripping. I still wouldn't talk shit about you. You had to fucking beg me to diss you on the No Jumper diss track. You ain't even, because I was like, oh Yuri, I didn't even diss you on there. You're like, what? Man, you gotta put a diss against me on that motherfucker.
No, I was saying I had the hottest track in No Jumper, but no, I was saying that I was disappointed, bro, because I know how Adam is, and the fact that like you went back there, I was literally saying that he must have either paid you a really good, worth it amount of money, or I felt like maybe you could have gone back on like your own like feelings towards Adam, because you said a lot of crazy shit about him. But I feel like especially after this moment, I'm telling you, man, we're gonna go further deep into this, and this all ties back to Adam and Josh, and this just shows that them two, or one of them two, is a giant snake that is willing to throw you under the bus, bro, whenever they can.
Well, I hear you, and I guess we gonna get to the bottom of it and see what the fuck is cracking.
Mm-hmm.
But regardless, just know that it's all love on my end. You feel me? And Riley never cried to me about this or anything like that. And I don't know. That right there is 1,000% false. And anyone running with that narrative already knows they're perpetuating pure cappery. That's capillary. That's Kaepernick. You feel me?
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you for picking up this phone call and being a part of this podcast and clearing your name on this situation.
Yeah, no, like at the end of the day, like I said, like Riley and you were like two of the first people at No Jumper that started to make me feel comfortable, and kept it pretty solid with me, throughout, regardless of what was going on. Y'all ain't never did no weird shit. So I'll say that, but hopefully it gets cleared up. I just want to see everybody be successful. You got this crazy viral wave right now. I hope y'all ride it all the way into the sunset. You feel me? Save me a seat in the motherfucking way. All the dumb shit, and you feel me? Yeah. Keep your nails done and your wigs tight. All y'all ladies out there, y'all know what the fuck going on.
Let's go. Shout out to Lush Uno. Thank you, man.
All right, y'all be smooth, man. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you too.
So yeah, like I said, I didn't want to have Lush call in just to have him get our back, or I just wanted him to clear that narrative, because that Reddit post was immediately, and Lush is saying like, okay, it could be someone. There's
no way.
The coincidence of that happening immediately while Adam and I are having this disagreement, you know what I mean? And that literally was Adam posted that clip, I cleared my name on my kick stream, and then literally the next day, it was like the next day was that had happened, you know what I mean? So and like we said earlier, you confided in Josh about this, right? This still, if this information got out any way, shape, or form, this just makes Josh look like a snake. You know what I mean? Like, why the hell is he taking this private information of yours? I understand if he lets Adam know, because he's the boss, right? So that easily can tie Adam's name to it. But anyone else knowing that information other than us four, that doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah. So that's it. I have nothing really else to say. I don't really ever want to talk about them ever again. I just wanted to clear that out the way.
Exactly.
Clear the lies.
And it's, just to go back to like what we were saying earlier, which is we have said nothing but the truth, you know what I mean, this whole time. And they have to rely on lies to get under our skin or to, get at us or whatever it is. And I agree with Riley. Like at this point, there's nothing else to be said, because we know there's nothing else to expect other than false narratives, lies. And like I said, it just makes me really fucking rethink all the other shit I've heard about Adam, because I don't even know the lengths and the fucking, the lengths he's gone to fucking like disparage people's names, make people seem crazy, and make people seem like they're, liars or some shit like that. And it's just look at every previous employee. I don't think I could think of one employee who's left No Jumper going like, that was a good experience. Every single one was like, fuck bro, that was a toxic work environment. And like, fuck Adam for trying to say like, oh, we have a toxic relationship. You literally own a toxic work environment that you have personally manipulated to be a toxic work environment, using the Reddit against your employees back in the day. Many proofs of that. The other thing, on top of the incredibly inappropriate sexual comment he left towards Riley, his former female employee, he also owns the No Jumper Reddit, right? There was a pinned post of Riley's ass, a zoomed in photo of Riley's ass, you know what I mean, in a bikini, that was pinned, guys, on the No Jumper Reddit. Is that an appropriate thing to do towards a former female employee? It's just crazy. Adam has no respect, you know what I mean, for like his employees, for women, for sure, and also like you can already tell for his wife. Yeah. It's like he literally, like, you know, we said it before, he had to sell his wife off to like save his company after everyone left. It's insanity.
He has no feelings, and I don't expect him to like care at all or like feel bad. I don't expect that from him or Sharp, because they're both just.
He's not Sharp. He's a sex trafficker. So right now we have a sex trafficker and a guy with a bunch of money and, you know, influence through his social medias and shit going against a 26-year-old eyelash technician. You know what I mean? Yeah. Who like doesn't do OnlyFans, doesn't do any of this fucking weird old raunchy ass content that you guys do. She does fucking get ready with me streams sometimes on our YouTube channel. It's like, this is not like a big YouTuber or a person like this is literally like just punching down as hard as you can just because you're upset over your own actions. Stop being a weirdo. Stop messing with girls half your age. How about that?
I can't.
It's crazy. And also a response, you know, like I said, I don't even watch this bullshit, but I saw some shit saying like, oh, Sharp offers Riley and Yuriy 5K. Yo, Sharp, please use that 5,000 and get yourself a picture, a fucking picture on the back of your wall, bro. Get yourself a seat, maybe, I don't know, a better seat. Oh, hit up Steve will do it. Maybe he'll hook you up with some more streaming equipment, because I know you're probably still using that same old monitor he gifted you. It's crazy that, you know, like Sharp and also the rest of the No Jumper crew felt like they had to go take kids Christmas gifts. Steve will do it was like doing a Christmas drive where he was like giving away gifts to like kids that were supposed to come, you know what I mean? And they're like, oh, fuck, you know what I mean? I'm gonna grab one too, you know what I mean? Like, why do you need that? Did a child not need that? No, Sharp needed it more, you know what I mean? And also Sharp, with all the shit where people are saying like, oh, he gave you all this money, but bro, I have never asked Sharp for shit, bro. I've never even asked them to come on 10 Talks or Harmonious. I've never asked Sharp for shit, dude. Every single time, he's just like fucking Adam, where like they're these like giant ego dudes that like to fucking stroke their own egos constantly, and that's just how he does it. You know what I mean? Like, he's like, oh, here, take this. And guess what? Riley knows who I am, and the chat knows how I am. Like, if someone does like something like that, where they're like, here's 100, I'm like, no, thank you, bro. Please, come on, like, I really appreciate you, bro. It's fire. But he's like, nah, come on, take it. Every single one of those situations has been like that. And that's also just like another lame characteristic of a person, to be like doing something one day and then throwing it in your face the other.
Doing it out of the goodness of your heart.
You were being disrespectful towards my girl, and then both of you schmucks, fucking Almighty and Sharp, are saying like, oh, we could. Riley thinks you guys are fucking disgusting. Sharp, bro, your women are crackheads. It's like there's evidence of this. All your sex ring shit when you were got your award for being a sex trafficker, bro. Dude, that's all. They're all crackheads. You have no like
and they could talk about my looks and talk about my relationship,
exactly.
And I just, at this point, I don't care. We're throwing rocks at a glass house. What's that saying? How does that?
No. We're literally like screaming at a brick wall at this point. It's like these guys are their egos are too large to like accept fault. You know what I mean? So they're gonna constantly like try to like find some way around it, like either making up lies, saying like, oh, I'm gonna beat you up now. I'll slap the shit out of you. You've really gone too far. You know what I mean? Like, and also
you've gone too far.
You know what else is funny is like, I saw some shit about like Sharp finally responding to the Ace Boys, right? But isn't that coincidental that like he chooses to threaten to slap me and then also finally respond to the Ace Boys? Probably because he was reading their comment section about me, where literally everyone's saying like, bro, you guys are pick and choosy, huh? On like who you want to, have physical altercations with. You know what I mean? Like it's really fucking funny. You guys were disrespectful to Riley. I called you shitty hosts, and I haven't spoke a single lie. I revealed some shit that you guys like are literally fucking struggling. Sharp was begging House one to return to No Jumper, trying to get his bread back up. Almighty can't afford a decent PC setup to save his life. You know what I mean? It's just like, if you guys can't fight like that, words for words, it's like you guys have already lost the battle. I'm not. If you want to bring street shit into this, I'll handle things my way then easily. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. And it's just so funny. It's like, that comment section literally like I feel like got to Sharp, so I feel like he had to response to Ace Boys to make him seem not like a pussy for saying that to me. You know what I mean? 100%. And also, it's like, you know, like Riley's saying, there's really no point in talking about this anymore because I haven't even read I haven't even watched the videos, but like, it was like, I think last night or 2 nights ago, I was like, all right, you know what? Fuck it. Let me go through the comments section, read the comments. It's like, bro, it's people that I don't even know. Even when I was streaming on YouTube every day, it's like, it's people that weren't even in my chat commenting with hundreds of likes, 50 likes, 60 likes, 70 likes. Everyone's getting my back, calling Adam delusional, a fucking weirdo, Sharp a weirdo, Almighty a weirdo. It's like, bro, you guys are all weirdos and you work for a weirdo. There's really like, there's nothing else.
Yeah,
it's like, it's your own audience against you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not, and it's not even my audience is not that big to bring that many comments and likes. You know what I mean? So it's literally your own audience against you.
Yeah.
And
I just wanted to come in here and like give the truthful narrative instead of people like spreading these lies of the narrative. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, because it's just not true how they're portraying it, and I'm not okay with it. But I have nothing else to say,
and
truthfully.
It's funny because it's
I just
like,
feel so much better getting it out.
Adam, like, specifically, like, he does things in a manipulative way to keep his name out of things because he's like a pussy. You know what I mean? Like, and he, like I said, is saying Lush revealed this information and all that stuff.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, there's all this like convoluted roundabout way of trying to like respond without actually responding.
And he's probably gonna go on his Instagram and talk to the camera like this. Okay, Yuri, to make everybody seem like Yuri's the dumbass because the way his tone of voice is hella smug, but he's truthfully the liar, the dumbass, the weirdo.
He thinks his audience is like full of like retards. You can just tell by his comment sections, like they understand what the hell is going on. You know what I mean? Like, this is the least respected man on the internet right now. I am viral right now for things I have done that's like, you know, being a childish in my relationship and, you know, not being the greatest of boyfriend or whatever it is, but it's like never had to sell my girl to save my company or save my streaming, and then never been a weirdo to this many people. It's insane, dude.
Backstab this many people.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's insanity. And like Riley said in the beginning, it's like when this, you know, moist critical shit and this tweet shit happened, it was just like, oh my God, like, that's crazy. Like, you know, we got over this, blah, blah, and like we were like talking about it and it was like over with. But like now that this is happening and we're seeing how like, oh, they're really trying to like, you know, backstab and like, get under Riley's skin because they can't get under mine. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's
just fucked up.
It's insane, dude. I have so many like, guys, like I went ham. I even like write down everything. It's like I have so many things I can say. Once again, unless you want me to like, you know, go through,
I feel like we should just,
unless you want me to go through the rest of my notes and write down more shit, which I have so many other things. It's like, leave us the fuck alone. Stop talking about us, including you and that shit eating bitch. Stop talking about us. Company full of weirdos, people you would not want to, you know, like be around, call your close friend, or like have any interaction with.
Never.
Really,
just full of fake people. It's
insane. All right, let's take a little bit of a break and get into the PO box stuff.
Are we just okay? Should we just get the PO box then go on and do the after show? Because I feel like what else are we gonna talk about?
Yeah, I was gonna do the PO box stuff. Talk about this and then the after show. Okay. But okay, so guys, everyone who has sent us anything to the PO box, guys, we have an open PO box 11535, Burbank, California 91510. It's in the description as well. Also Cron Nerds, bro. Appreciate you, Cron Nerds. Really good flower, bro. But yo, W to Old Man Allen.
Woohoo!
He sent something else. This feels like a notebook or something like that. What is this? Oh, it's a card. Yuri, thanks for the love, Old Man Allen, bro.
Another
Old
beanie?
Man Allen. Another beanie, a green one. Let's go. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much, Old Man Allen. I appreciate you so much. And also, I literally told Riley, I was just like, fuck, dude, I wonder how Old Man Allen felt, because I was literally wearing his beanie in that video that, you know, Moist Critical reacted to and Atazi reacted to, and I'm like, you know, people say like all publicity is good publicity, but he could have not appreciated that and been like, bro, I didn't expect to send this to this dude and like this negativity fucking arises out of nowhere.
What else? Okay. It's from Praise Galaxy.
Whoa, that looks cool.
Sorry.
Oh, it's that owl from the lollipop thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Tootsie Roll.
Oh yeah, the Tootsie Roll. Praise Galaxy. Let's go. We have some Praise Galaxy stickers.
Give praise.
Be wise, give praise.
Yeah.
Facts. Let's go. I like the color. I like that
Yeah, I like
green
the
color
color.
right there.
Oh.
Thank you, Praise Galaxy. And then, yo, guys, this box right here is heavy, dude. So W Lifted Rocks. He has sent us so many crystals, bro. Like rocks and crystals and gemstones. And Riley's really into that stuff. And honestly, like, I am too at this point, because I even told Riley, like, if you guys haven't already, go follow Lifted Rocks on Instagram, because I told Riley, like, he is gonna blow up, like, as one of those Instagram accounts where it just gets millions of views over these, like, you know, what seems to be simple videos, but it's so sick, bro. He'll literally just be walking around and be like, oh, look at that rock formation. I think there's some crystals in there. Like, dust it off with his hand and take out like a giant a diamond looking thing. It's crazy. So I think he said he's gonna send us more crystals, so I believe this is what this is. It's heavy, bro. Oh my god.
What?
Here, you check that one out. I think it's like a box. I hope there's a note in here. No, there's no note. But W Lifted Rocks, I know who this is.
Oh, for Yuri.
Oh, so this one's for Toke. Okay, this one. Sorry, babe. This one's for Toke. It says something. Oh, okay. I can't read it.
I'm gonna go to the back.
Maybe that message is for Toke. So it says, thank you guys for the consistent entertainment and encouragement that y'all give. Lifted Rocks. W Lifted Rocks. Thank you so much, man. This has so much packaging, bro, and padding. You had to be. Oh my god, bro. What is this? Guys, he sent me shit. He sent me shit to my P.O. box. It's fossilized shit found in the Pekin Formation in North Carolina, late Triassic period, 222 million years old. Lifted Rocks, coprolite. So we have some fossilized poop. Wow. What the this is so sick, dude. I love the idea of having fossils and shit, but it's just a funny idea that we just got shit sent to our fucking P.O. box, bro. So which one is the shit? They're all shit? Oh my god, Riley's gonna love this. It's called coprolite or coprolite, bro. Fossilized shit. How can you see, like, when I'm looking at this, guys, it just looks like pebbles to me. Maybe a little strange color to it. How do you know? Do you taste it? You smell it? Does it have a smell to it? Maybe? I think it does. I don't know. Let's see. We'll ask Riley. But also, yo, guys, I have one last topic to get through. After we get through this last topic, we're going to end the show here. We apologize to anyone that is like thinking like, oh, this is like a short show, but we've gone through a lot this whole past week. You know what I mean? It's been just like a lot of stuff back to back to back. This one last topic is like another thing I've been going through. But once I talk about this, we're gonna do our after show on Kick, guys. Usually we do it on YouTube, but this time we're going to go to kick.com/harmoniousyuri to do the after show. Babe,
Very cool.
it's poop.
Oh my god, what the fuck? This is some shit you would like.
It's fossilized shit.
Ugh.
That's pretty sick.
This is some Yuri shit.
This is going up right here in the back, bro. It's called coprolite. Okay, so this topic right here is for anyone that is a consistent watcher of our streams, and this is a little embarrassing for me. On top of many things that's embarrassing, but I got this pimple on my face, and there's a reason why. Also, I'm not sure if you guys noticed, we have no more couch, right? And it's because I kind of wanted to hide the right side of my face. I had this pimple on my face, right? And I told the chat about this. I'm like, bro, I have this pimple, but it's like, it's so deep under my skin that you can't just pop it. You know what I mean? It's like, usually pimples are like on the surface, but this is like, you can see it's a pimple, but it's like under too much skin to pop. So I'm like thinking like, it'll just dissolve on its own, right? So I just left it. It's been like a month, right? The other day, like 2 days ago, I wake up and my right eye just like swollen like crazy. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what's going on? And then I was, like my mom, like, is she has like experience in the medical field and shit. So I like called my mom, and my mom's like, you should go to urgent care right now. So I went to urgent care. They looked at it and then basically said like, oh, that pimple. The doctor was like, you should try to pop it. And I'm like, you can't. I'm like, I have to like drill a hole, like or like you literally stab a hole in my skin. You know what I mean? Like to fucking get the shit out. So he's like, you either gotta pop it or you gotta take these like antibiotics basically to get the shit to go down. But this pimple has resulted into a giant swelling on my face, bruh.
It looks way better now though after the antibiotic.
It was looking crazy this morning.
It was looking really bad this morning.
Bro, Riley and I last night, we were burning needles and dipping it in alcohol and then trying to stab a hole into my face to get this goop out, and we couldn't, bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I've never had to deal with this. And honestly, like, I regret, like, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, Riley's like, it looks like it's poppable. Let me try to pop it. I should have let Riley pop it, dude. I always told Riley, like, no, you're supposed to leave pimples alone. They'll go away on their own. This one
needed to be popped.
is like, has gone Super Saiyan at this point. It's multiplied.
I think the medication's gonna help it though. It looks already way better.
So it just like right now it's like it's so much shit, dude. It's like Tweet, Moist Critical, XQC, Atazi, Adam bullshits, fucking my face is swollen, and then tomorrow, guys, we're starting the $1 a minute / subathon on Kick, and hopefully throughout the subathon my face will heal. But I'll be doing the subathon with a swollen face, bro.
It's okay.
Either way. Guys, we're starting that tomorrow. I don't know what time yet specifically. I said I had to work on so much shit this week, but I would have never expected for all this stuff to unfold literally the week before this $1 a minute. So I'm gonna be honest, I haven't been able to take care of like most of the stuff because it's just been a lot of shit behind the scenes. But we're still gonna start tomorrow with a month-long cap, and then also a reminder to anyone. Our viewers understand for sure, like they know what's going on, but to the people who like want to talk shit in the future, depending on how long the shit goes, because I don't know how long the shit can go, but the last one, it went 27 days because of a bunch of stuff that happened. I would have never expected it to go 27 days, and I was super grateful for it, right? This one has a month-long cap, but we don't know how long it's going to go. Day 3, so day 1 and 2 is going to be a fully in LA. Day 3, by the end of the day, we're heading to San Diego. We hit that that timer point, and then we go to San Diego. We're going to be there for a couple days, and then I think Mexico. We're going to figure it out. But either way, thank you guys so much for joining.
Thank you guys for listening.
Yes. W. Riley for speaking your piece on this, because trust me, guys, this was not easy for her to do,
Thanks.
And you did a good job, babe.
Thank you. I tried.
And we didn't have to fucking lie. We didn't have to manipulate. We didn't have to spin a weird narrative. All we have to do is just keep telling the truth, and it seems to really get under their skin. You know what I mean? So at this point, there's nothing else to say but leave us the fuck alone.
Yes, please.
You fucking weirdos. Anyways, thank you guys so much for joining. Appreciate you guys so much. We're gonna end the stream here, and like I said, we're gonna go on Kick in like I think like 10 minutes or something like that. But either way, thank you guys so much.
Go.
Peace, everyone. Let's go.
Better hurry, spark it up with no worries. Harmonious gang with the big bro Yuriy. Hyphy, get lit just like me. Big bossed up, chop it up with Riley. You better come with it to kick rocks, cause you now tuned in to 10 Talks. Now let's get lifted and take a shot. You are now tuned in to 10 Talks.